Welcome, everybody, to Midday Magazine for this Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. Have your host, James J. Malouf, here. At 4:30, we're going to talk to our friend Ashley from the Family Center. Looking forward to talking with her. Right now, we got our good friend Promise in, Marketing and Communication Director with the Heart of Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce. Promise, good to see you.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. And we want to welcome in as well Kelly Kremer from Aspirus Hospitals and Clinics. Kelly, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We will be talking with you in a moment. Promise, we got a number of things to get to here, as you guys are always so busy over at the Chamber. Let's dive right in. We got our legislative breakfast right around the corner. This is a big one for us here at the station and for you guys over there, our community, really.
Yeah, so our legislative breakfast is happening on March 21st from 7 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. at Midstate Technical College. This one's really a great one. Just come and join us, have some breakfast, and this is the opportunity to hear some updates from legislators and local community representatives. There's also an opportunity for us to take some questions off the floor for those that are attending. This is a members-only event, so if you're a member, registration is now open. It does close March 14th. The sponsors for this one are U.S. Bank, Findorf, Ho-Chunk Gaming Nakusa, Enbridge, Domtar, and of course Midstate Technical College. We couldn't do this without our sponsors, so thank you guys. If you need any more information about this one, you can register online at wisconsinrapidschamber.com or give us a call at 715-422-1830.
When does registration wrap up for this?
Registration closes March 14th for this one.
So you want to make sure to get on over there and register before then, everybody.
Yep.
We are very proud to be chamber members here at Civic Media. And with that, Melissa's going to be down there for that event covering it. A shout out to Melissa Kay and the great work she does. And very proud and very thankful that she is down there because this is a big one for our community. Yep. I do want to let the audience know, too, though, it's a big one for our representatives. I have Senator Teston and Representative Krug on with me once a month and talking to them on air, off air. They love these events. They love this opportunity to be face-to-face with their constituents. These two, I cannot speak for all representatives or all politicians, but I can with these two that I've talked to for almost a decade now in this show. And these are guys that, whether you agree with them or not, they want to hear from you. Right. And they want to have an adult conversation. And these listening sessions that are currently going on, including the legislative breakfast, are vital to this whole thing, this whole experiment, this whole thing we're doing here with democracy and our society. We need this, and we need to get back to talking to each other like adults. Right. And if anything, not just for democracy and all these other things, just because it's the right way to handle this. Right. And these listening sessions are just as important to our representatives as they are to us. Here's an opportunity to look somebody face to face and ask them, hey, are you doing this? Hey, what's going on with this? Why is the sky blue? Whatever your questions are, everybody, you can go ahead and ask this stuff, and they want to hear them. And a big shout out to all these sponsors, and again to Midstate as well. Yeah. Keep in mind, you got until March 14th to sign up for this one, so be sure to do that. We'll give you more information on how you can do that and more. Find out more about what we're talking about today in just a little bit. Promise we keep moving. We want to talk about a big job fair coming up in our area.
Yes, so we have our Careers Unlimited job fair happening on April 2nd. We are having this one over at Lincoln High School. We are now, booth registration is now open. So if you're a company or a business out there that is looking to hire, I highly recommend getting in on the booths at this event. There's going to be a lot of students, kids coming through in the beginning, and then we are opening it up to the public for, people outside of Lincoln High School to attend this event as well. The booth registration deadline is March 12th. And that can be found online at wisconsinrapidschamber.com.
Promise, is there any sponsorship opportunities still available with this one? No, there isn't.
Actually, we just sold our last one this morning. Yeah.
See, now for the audience, look behind the curtain a little bit. This is one of the few times as an interviewer where it's a win-win. Yeah. I didn't know the answer to that one. You usually don't ask a question, don't know the answer. Yep. But I could play this either way. We need sponsors. Hey, we want to bring somebody in. This event is so popular, you don't even need more sponsors. You're covered. Yep. That's a good thing. Full, just speaks to how popular these job fairs are and the need for them. Yeah. I love first off, I love my old stomping grounds at Lincoln, so I'm a little biased on that one. But I will say I love hosting this at Lincoln. I know going to Lincoln and them having job fairs, how impactful they could be and how many opportunities it opened up for me and a lot of my classmates. That's still the case to this day. the uniqueness of this one where it is for them and then opening it up to the public a little bit later. So they have an opportunity to kind of make the rounds,
Right.
kind of get a chance to, I don't want to say have first dibs, but getting an opportunity to get face-to-face with
Yeah.
people again, and how impactful that is. Certainly for any connections, any jobs that they could create.
Right.
That's really important.
Yeah.
But I know this from a lot of the students that I have teaching, or just in general talking to my kids, or anybody in that 20-year age range.
Yeah.
You know, from 20 on up and younger on up.
Yeah.
They need any reps they can get, any experience they can get face to face.
Yeah.
They need more of that.
Yeah.
So while it's great if they can make connections, maybe they get a spark and they get a new career interest. Oh, I never even thought about this or something.
Right.
Those are all great things. They can't lose from this one just in that interacting and getting
Yeah.
some experience doing that.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you on that one. Job hunting nowadays is pretty cumbersome with all the different apps and the ways to find and look for jobs online. And this is just an opportunity where there's going to be hundreds of jobs in one room, and you can be, oh, I really want to go work for so-and-so, and make that face-to-face, connection right away off the bat there. And I think that's something very important that, the younger generations should continue developing as well as technology evolves. So
They have so few opportunities. When we were kids, we thought nothing of going in for a job interview. You were going to be there. You're going to see this person in person and everything.
Yeah.
Now there's so much on the phone and so much online that any reps they can get, having some face-to-face, having some people, it builds those people skills.
Yep.
And which they are going to need no matter what job they go into in life. So there's a win right there with that. And to these businesses and these people having these booths, it's the same for them on the other side of it.
Right.
They have so few opportunities to see people face to face, or to really build this kind of pipeline that used to exist a lot more, and it's still there, but just needs to be, I think, solidified a little bit more, of the idea of going from high school to a career.
Right.
So much of that has kind of gone a little bit, and some for good, some for bad. Yeah. I think this is an opportunity to kind of hit on that a little bit more and really reach somebody right away, and hopefully spark that interest, or give them an opportunity to hey, this isn't maybe the path you want to take, but it can help you get to that path. Right. And this is a stepping stone in that regard. There's so many things that you can say that you can't really say in a job resume or a job posting that you can really talk about in face-to-face. That's another part of the importance of this. And again, I really do love the idea of that. It's kind of two job fairs in a way, with one for the high schoolers and then opening it up to the public. We all understand that there are people all age ranges looking for good work and looking for careers nowadays. Here's an opportunity for that. Yeah. While the sponsorships are taken, we have all the booths covered as well, too, right?
No, we have some openings for booth registrations yet. You can register online at WisconsinRabbitsChamber.com in our workforce tab. If you drop that tab down, you'll see where you can select the registration for that. I don't have the information with me right now, but I think it might be like $35 fee, or if I'm thinking about a different event that we're having. But then we also do have options if you need electricity with your booth. If you have any kind of equipment that you need to bring in, we have options where you can select electricity too as well. And I think there's only like a handful of booth spaces left. Yeah, so if you're interested, definitely give us a call and get registered.
That one I feel pretty confident of. This fills up really quick.
Yeah.
And there are there's this a combination out there of people looking for good careers and people wanting people for good careers.
Yeah.
So that's not surprising at all. I do encourage you, if you're a business out there, to reach out to the chamber and get one of those booths before they all wrap up and everything. Networking at Night is one of those events that you guys host that you do such a great job with, and it's another one of those events that I hear from the community all the time about. People usually, even if I didn't remember that you guys had an event, the very next day I'm hearing about the event. It's been a lot of fun doing this one. You got another one coming up.
Yep. But I want to go back to the one we just had because I think it's something worth mentioning. We did have it at Mid-State Technical College in their gourmet cafe, and they had their culinary arts students make little, appetizers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then they carried the trays around the room and had us all sampling them. It was really good, and I was very impressed with how they pulled their night together. I highly recommend going to check out their culinary program. I didn't even know that they had one until then. Mm-hmm. Well, I knew that they had one, but I didn't know it had evolved to that point of carrying, appetizers out on trays, and I was very impressed with that. Our next networking at night is on March 17th, and it's going to be at Paper City Savings Bank here in Wisconsin Rapids. Have you had a chance to see their new facade? Yeah. And
I haven't been in the building yet, but I just going past it. It looks great. Looks like they did a really nice job with it.
Yeah, I was there for their ribbon cutting when they, opened it, and it's beautiful inside. So this is one that I think that everybody should attend as well. It's on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. It's open to members and future members. So if you're a small business in town and you're looking to network and make connections with other business owners or just make connections in general, this is a really great one to go to. I don't know how many times I see people making connections and walking away with like a partnership of sorts, or let's make those plans in the future and let's create this event. It happens a lot of times at this networking event. We also have raffle prizes and little snacks and, desserts and stuff like that that'll be happening. It's on March 17th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's open to all of our members, future members, or if you're looking to start up a business or just don't really know what's next in life, you stop on in and, we'll have a chat with you and help you make some connections with this one.
I was talking earlier about people skills and building on those. There's no age that you can't, get better at that. And every one of us can always grow and get better at that. And that's a nice, fun part of this event. As we're getting closer to warmer weather and everything, and I don't want to say that too loud and Mother Nature to hear me and immediately hit us with snow, but it is getting a little bit better out there and we're getting out of the house a little bit more. These events are great for that too. Yep. And then there is the key part of this that you touched on there about the networking and the synergy that can happen from this event. We've already heard, and we've got examples of this on our own radio station of people that maybe hadn't thought about advertising with us that did, or people that didn't think of working with this business that did, nonprofits working together that wouldn't have before. The conversations that can happen if you're just in the same room together.
Yeah,
and you just never know. That's endless possibilities when it comes to that. And I love when this happens with events where there is no downside. There is no negative. Side effects may include. There is no side effects. There's none of it. You get out there and you have fun and you have a good time and maybe you don't make a connection or you don't find a new avenue for your business. You still got out, had a great time, did some socializing and stuff, and we could all use more of that.
Yeah, and even if you haven't been to one in a while, I think it's important to show up, especially to this one. Just your presence, and it keeps you in people's the back of their mind, awareness of like, oh yeah, so-and-so from this company was there and I just got done talking to them. And then, it's really, I've seen great benefits of this on both sides of it. So
it's a great point. It's a really good point. And I don't want to get too far and not mention raffle prizes. People love raffles. Got to mention that.
Yep. Yeah, we every single time we have networking at night, we bring 2 $25 chamber gift certificates to raffle off. And then the host business, which this one would be Paper City Savings Bank, also provides raffle baskets. And I cannot wait because they have some really good swag.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They go all out over there. Shout out to them hosting this. And, one thing that I don't know if this is on me, I don't bring up enough with you, Promise. If I'm a business out there and I'm hearing this and I'm like, oh, I'd like to host one of those. That sounds like a lot of fun. Am I able to do that? Can I reach out to you and find out more about that?
Yep, definitely reach out to me. You can call my line directly at 715-422-4856. But I do have to mention that the rest of 2025 is booked. The next available host night is in January of 2026.
I'm sure there's a business out there. I'm positive there's like, oh, darn it, or whatever. But I'm excited for that. That's a good thing. That's really good to hear. And it again speaks to the popularity of these events and how well they're doing. That's great. And keep in mind, everybody, we have scratched the surface of things going on in our area and events that are going on with the Chamber. I encourage you to find out more. They got an amazing webpage. Head on over there to their webpage and get under the events tab, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. There is so many cool things going on over there, Promise. I'm surprised you have time for this interview, how busy you guys are over there. Do appreciate the time that you're able to, and always appreciate the focus we're able to put with guests and when you bring somebody in. And we want to speak with Kelly right now, and we have Kelly Kremer. Am I saying that right, Kremer? Kremer, okay. Kelly Kremer with us right now. And Kelly, I want to talk to you about cold fusion and the. No, I'm joking. I'm just messing with you. I'm so sorry, Kelly. There you go. That's the right attitude. That's exactly what I deserve. Kelly is here to speak about the ACE Leadership Program, and she is a participant in. This is something that we've talked about a lot, Promise, and talking about this great program that exists in our area and reminding businesses out there of how helpful this can be. And I'll let Kelly speak to this a little bit more because she has actually experienced it. What are some of the things that you have covered, some of the things you were doing as part of the ACE Leadership Program, Kelly?
Well, a lot of just different skills and tactics to help change leadership and really help employees be the best that they can be, and just promoting that wellness.
One of the things you're covering, the government service sessions, that can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so recently we had our government service, and we had that right at the courthouse. So we got a tour of the jail and really learned a lot about local government as well as the next chain of events of the rest of government. And it was really interesting to learn about how people actually got into government.
Yeah, that part, that would be interesting, that one. One of the things that is unique about this, too, is the opportunity to kind of dip your foot into other worlds. I do want to, before I get too far along here, I do want to thank you and shout you and your team out over at Aspirus. Anybody working in healthcare, we appreciate so much the work that's being done there. It's one of the more vital things going on in our community is going on in our healthcare system, and we don't shout you guys out nearly enough. So I do want to do that. But being able to, here's hoping that you don't have a lot of experience with this other side of things and getting a chance to kind of see some of that world. And not just that, but I imagine, Kelly, some similarities, some parallels between what you do and what they do, what they might do. Seeing that connection, that empathy there, hopefully exists both ways, and they get a little more understanding of the healthcare industry and some of the work that you do.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Kind of the foundation of any sort of organization has the same organizational structure to a point, and just figuring out how that relates to what you're doing. And you can take little pieces always from different things and use them in your day-to-day.
This is a really cool program and a really great opportunity for people in our community. It is one of those things, when we talk about leadership or talk about growth, there's not necessarily a test you can take or a number count or something like that. You were at this percentage and now you're at this percentage. It's something you feel. So when it comes to that, Kelly, do you feel that you have grown from this or taking these classes and being a part of this session and in this?
Oh, I definitely have grown exponentially since starting this class. I am new to leadership, so taking this class has really helped me communicate better with my staff and just be the best leader that I can, even though I'm still learning myself.
If you don't mind, I don't like to pry too much, but what kind of work do you do? Can you tell us a little bit about the work that you do?
Yeah, so I'm the imaging manager at Aspirus Riverview. So all of the imaging tests, X-ray, CT that you may have done, all of those things kind of go under my leadership abilities. Pretty much anytime someone may come through the ER or has any hospital stay, they likely have had some sort of imaging, and so that would be under my department.
Appreciate that work, and thank you for sharing that. I think for some people out there that might be new or something that they hadn't thought of before and everything in the healthcare system. So right there is an opening, not just for this class, but for even our audience, understanding a little bit more of the different layers there is in this industry. And understanding a little bit more of that only helps create more empathy and more understanding when it comes to it, and especially when we're talking about the healthcare industry and how important that is, that empathy and understanding. We have an opportunity with the program like this to let people into windows and avenues, Promise, that they normally might not see. Very similar to networking at night and some of the other things that you guys do over there.
Yeah, I know. I remember I did actually take this course when I first started working at the chamber, and I remember feeling like I crawled out from underneath a rock by all the exposure that this program provided me, and it was a well-rounded program at the time. And I know they've made some changes, like adding the accreditation from Mid-State Technical College. I'm tempted to take it again because I want that accreditation. But yeah, I've definitely learned a lot from the program as well.
I've thought about it myself.
Yeah.
I've thought about it quite a bit, especially we've been talking about it for years on this show.
Yeah.
It feels like one of those things I almost have to do a little bit. And honestly, if I'm there is, I love learning. I don't care what the subject is. I don't care what it's about. I just love to learn. So that part of it seems very intriguing to me. Mm-hmm. But honestly, it sounds like so much fun too. Like the learning part of this and learning about these different things. Like there's no downside to a program like this. This is a great one. And when it comes to this program, we do want to encourage people to be on the lookout for when it comes back around, because registration for this current run is wrapping up. But there is going to be other opportunities.
Right. Yep. So we'll probably launch the registration forms for next year's when we get closer to the end of this program. I think that's April-ish, if I'm mistaken. May?
Yeah.
April. I get my months mixed up.
Well, and like you said, as we get closer to it, we'll be certainly encouraging people to look more into it and to register for it. But it doesn't hurt to keep this in the back of your mind and be ready for this one when that does come around. Because if you want your employees or you yourself want to be a part of this program, it does fill up quick. I do want to let people know that. It does fill up pretty quick, and understandably so. Kelly, when it comes to doing this and in your experience with it, would you recommend it for other individuals and other people to be a part of?
Oh, absolutely. I've learned so much from it, but then also the networking piece, just getting out there, putting myself into different things that I wouldn't have signed up for in the past, or even socializing with different people at different companies that I didn't really think I had anything to relate to them with. We've learned so much of how we all are very interconnected within the community.
Yes. Yeah.
And now you got radio credit. Now you can say you did radio. You got to check that one off the list. She's almost too naturally good at this. I need this job, Kelly. You stay in your industry. I'm going to stay in my... No, we do appreciate the time so much. Thank you again for everything you and your team are doing over there in the healthcare industry. We appreciate Promise. We appreciate you bringing Kelly in, and of course all the great information you bring to us. If people have follow-up questions and they'd like to know more about some of the events we talked about and everything, how can they reach you, Promise?
They can always check out our website at wisconsinrabbitschamber.com, or they can give me a call directly to my office line at 715-422-4856.
Be sure to do that, everybody. Be sure to bookmark their webpage and go ahead and like their stuff on social media, share their stuff on your pages. You just never know who might see it otherwise. Promise, Kelly, thank you again for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Midday Magazine coming up right here at 97.5 FM, 1320 AM, WFHR. We are locally grown radio.